Hello and welcome to another Wilderness Tamed video, and in this one we're tackling ground elder and removing it from a clump of herbaceous perennials. In this case it's aconitum, which is highly poisonous, so I'm wearing gloves throughout the procedure. So essentially what I've done is dug the whole clump out, and I'm gradually separating the stalks and roots of the aconitum from the ground elder, and it's going well so far. So if I just turn the camera around, bear with me a moment, you can see this is the sort of part of the clump, and you can see the problem is the stems of the ground elder, which is this stuff, have crept right in amongst the stems of the aconitum. Okay, the monk's hood. So I've separated a clump off here. I get my gloves back on, and all I'm doing is sort of, as Taylor Swift would say, shake it out to separate one plant from the other. I'll get a glove on and give that a quick demonstration. So, teasing out the ground elder, which has very fragile roots, and they are prone to breaking and snapping, and they're one of those plants that if you leave a fraction of root in the soil, such as it's not even wanting to come out. You can see they're sort of bootlace thick, pale, so they're easy to spot in the soil, and they're easy to coax out. That's something else, that's a willow herb. And the idea is you get everything out. Oh, actually that's a bit of aconite with next year's bud at the bottom. Yeah. So I'll save that, and all I'm doing with those is, as you do with all herbaceous perennials at the end of the year, is snip the dying stem off the top, and I'll replant all these in a fresh clump. Dump that in the compost. I'll actually dump it in the bin. We're not going to compost any of this stuff because, again, you don't want the roots of that spreading around the rest of the garden. There's another bit of ground elder. So that's two nice stems of aconitum, free of all ground elder roots as far as I can see. Just have a check through before I put them back in the ground, but I think we're pretty happy, so I've just got the rest of this lot to do. So this next bit is going to be much harder. This is growing up the ground elder, the green leaves there growing up through the stems of a shrub, a multi-stemmed shrub. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to dig that out without risk of it not surviving. And the same is happening here, right at the base of a potentilla. One of the ways of tackling that, where it's almost impossible to extract from the base of a larger plant, is soak your gloves in a bit of, well, I use distilled vinegar, and crush the leaves up. So get your gloves or a cloth soaked in distilled vinegar, crush it up so you're damaging the leaves, and the vinegar gets right in there, kills it off pretty quickly. It's not systemic though, that's the only problem with it. It's a sort of a contact acting, you know, it just kills off the top of the weeds, stems and flowers and things that it comes into contact with. To get down into the roots, you're going to have to use some kind of systemic herbicide. But if you use it in that way, at least it's not, you know, there's no spray drifting around and affecting the rest of your plants in the garden. But yeah, having fun so far, and I hope you do too. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Blah 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 blah.